Alrighty, hello everybody and welcome back to 1K World Cup 2025 presented by Joke. We are back with a little bit of a block, a bit of a 4-match block today, starting things off with our 3rd seed against the 6th seed, Mexico versus the United Kingdom. If you are aware, Mexico did take over China's seed of 3 after beating them in the round of 20, so that's why they're seed 3. This match gonna be a bit interesting. Some of the most hyped up teams in this tournament, and gonna duke it out in the winners quarterfinals today. As always, my name is Aristani. Commentating along with me is gonna be Sparky. How's it going, Sparky?
It's going absolutely fantastic. Excited to finally get to see some of this quarterfinals action. The first match happening a little bit too early for me, but this one perfectly slotting in here. And oh boy, what a match! I feel like this could potentially be the marquee matchup of the weekend. We already get the rolls out of the way here. Mexico rolling the 48 courtesy of Snow. Ting rolling the 95, close to 100, not quite there, but more than enough to win the roll here. So they will be picking first in this match.
Yeah, and I mean, knowing the United Kingdom absolutely plowing their way through this tournament, do not count Mexico out. I mean, we did see their history of upsets, like I mentioned earlier in this broadcast. They did upset China. I think it was 5-1, if I'm correct. And pretty much almost a blowout in that match, and overtaking China's seed in the round of 20. So it looks like the United Kingdom has opted for their first pick. It's going to be the fan pick 1. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Opening up this match, and honestly, I can see why. Mapped by Teasel, a fellow member of the United Kingdom, so maybe getting that home mapper bias or advantage.
Potentially. I mean, this map pool, this lower side of the map pool, it really is just learning to count. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think a lot of the lyrics in one of the other songs is very counting heavy. So we live in the realm of 1 key. It doesn't mean we can exclude any of the other numbers, but looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting lineup here for Mexico. Snow and Assail. Assail has really kind of cemented themselves as this anchor for Mexico, really showing up and showing out these last couple of weekends, being backed up by both basically a revolving door of either Snow or Marie, who has come in every now and again to kind of lend their support as well. And meanwhile, for the United Kingdom, it's basically been this 2-man roster of Ting and Pulsing kind of holding things down. And based on how these two teams could potentially scale into this mid to late game, and how dare I not even mention Happer Gamer as well, lending their support every now and again, and now we're reaching this aforementioned mid to late game, could potentially see them in and around on some of these picks as well. So getting the full complement of players available for Mexico going to be huge as we get ready for this first map. Going to go dive on into fan pick number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how they do.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the dynamic duo of Ting, Momentum, and Pulsing for the United Kingdom kind of just being the main 2 players for that side, while Mexico does like to experiment a bit with who they want to put in, and like you mentioned, Assail being kind of the dominant player. And I think what's going to boil down really with this match is just, can the other player that Assail is playing with, can they keep their opponent in check? So I feel like it's going to be Assail versus Ting Momentum most of the time, and either there's the second player versus Pulsing. And opening up this map, both members of the Mexican team both dropping below 99, but Assail catching up quick. I believe Gamer found an early break actually in like the first 30 combo, and Pulsing finds one as well.
Yeah, some early trades going into the second quarter of this map. 2 FCs gone, 1 for each side. Assail and Ting going at it against each other. Happer finding the next drop as both Ting and Assail cross over that 400 combo cap. And moving on into the second third of the map, the United Tingdom having to slip that lead up just a little bit, but now with Happer finding a couple of misses in this middle portion of the map, gonna reestablish their advantage to the tune of about 26,000 points going into a small LN break going into the back half.
Going into the back half of the chart now, Gamer almost dropping their 98 now, while Assail pretty far behind with Ting, but keeping Pulsing in check as Pulsing is about to hit that 400 combo cap now. That lead will start to begin to increase on the United Tingdom, and Gamer really just needs to hold on to what they have so far and just pray that a member of the United Tingdom collapses. I mean, we do have this triplet section in the back half with some pretty fast snapping doublets, and then these elongated streams. Not going to catch anyone up the first time, but catches Gamer out the transition, but Pulsing trades it back in the final quarter, but Assail drops, and it's only Ting momentum now.
Yeah, only one survives through that last section. Things start to fly off the handle a little bit in terms of the overall snaps. A lot of 1/3s, a lot of 1/2s. Pulsing next one to fall, but this lead pretty firmly established for the United Tingdom here, already growing as Happer eventually trades it back here. And with nobody on the Mexican side in a position to challenge against Ting, kind of a bit of a runaway there. 70,000 points. The victory, 86.
Oh my.
All right. V1SS to start things off, 996k. That is a great score from Ting here to start this match off for themselves. And everybody else pretty good scores. The battle between Happer and Pulsing, this round goes to Pulsing, but it was pretty close there for pretty long stretches of that map. And as soon as Assail dropped, that was kind of the nail in the coffin for the overall run. The challenge firmly won by Ting on that round, and they're gonna have to go for fan pick number 2. So both of the fan picks getting picked to start this match off.
Yeah, as the United Kingdom do start off this match fairly strong, that doesn't mean this team can bounce back. I feel like it's just going to be, like I said, Assail versus Ting momentum, while Gamer versus Pulsing, if the roster will stay this way, or if we'll see Mari jump in for this pick, or Zeno as well. I feel like I believe the 2 players that will be staying in this match for its entirety will be Assail and Ting. But yeah, we're gonna see Fan 2 come out with Doki Doki.
Yeah, this
a bit shorter than what we've seen in this tournament.
Yeah, minute 42. Actually, I think one of the shortest maps we've had so far this tournament. But this one, very stream heavy. This could be one of those ratio checks that we love alluding to, where it just comes down to pure consistency and can you handle these elongated streams, because they do tend to drag on for longer than some folks may be comfortable with. But getting things underway.
Ting starting off without
Bancho.
That was a Bancho.
Trolling us a little bit to start things off. But as we settle in, 99.9s across the board, save for Pulsing and Happer. And I mean, it's alluding to the thing you've set up here, where it's just cross map battles for what is going to be the entirety of this match. And as we get into the first major stream section, everybody making it through unscathed and transitioning out of it beautifully and back on into it.
Oh, Gamer misses in the transition of that LN, that elongated stream, as now Pulsing still with that 99.91. It's only Gamer now. They are still in the 99 range, but that lead is increasing now to 20,000 points. But there are still more of these long streams that can catch up any player, especially if you're not the one to have the best physicality. But this map is just so short, only a minute 40. I think just even that one break could be pretty much the nail in the coffin, but I mean, there is still more of these streams, and anything can happen. As Pulsing finds a nasty break, the lead cuts in half, as there is signs of life for Mexico here. It's just HappyGamer needs to reach that 400 combo cap and just keep that ratio in check. It's starting to shrink now, 8,000 points, 7,000 now. Yeah, that's the question. I think we're going to have to see another break here. But I mean, there's a triplet section here. Yeah, Pulsing gets another break. Wait a second. But is that enough, though? Is it enough to swing the lead? It's getting closer. It's on 285.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that came down to the wire. It was 50s. The drop was just a slider break from Happer. And it was almost enough. Oh my god. I feel like if Ting gets one more 300 there, it swings over. They needed all 998k of those points to secure themselves that point. Oh my goodness. What a way to pick up the first break point in this match.
I feel like just if that map just went on for like even just 3 more seconds, I think there would have been enough time for Mexico to take that lead back in their favor. But alas, the breakpoint has been sent to the United Kingdom, so now it's their pick on. See if they can capitalize off of their breakpoint. And honestly, I'm looking at the more denser picks we have in this pool, and boss time. So we're gonna see Classic 5.
Very interesting. Going into one of the more technical hybrids, a lot. I don't want to call it dense because it doesn't have a lot of very densely packed moments. It feels very tight in terms of the I guess technical aspects of what it wants you to do. It's very condensed into just those little breakdown sections. Like what you're hearing right now, it's arguably like the hardest portion of the map. Everything else pretty straightforward, but lot of potential for breaks and misses once we get down into that breakdown section.
Yes, I think the players are just gonna have to rely off sheer consistency here. Guys, I mean, we did see how the last map went. It's pretty much anyone's game now, as you can't count anyone out with these picks, as it just came down to just a couple 50s, even the ratios. So if the players can keep up with this pick, I mean, we did see HappyGamer and Pulsing pretty much battling for dear life, while Assail and Tank have been pretty much holding the ground for their respective countries if they're not absolutely duking it out against each other. And HappyGamer, a trend that I've seen, always getting the first break in roughly the first 30 seconds of the map.
Yeah, it always seems to be slider related. I haven't seen them drop on any of these rice notes, so I'm wondering if they're having a case of double taps here as we continue on into this first breakdown section, and everybody having a relatively good time with it, except for Happer here, as the LN seems to be the real tripping point for them. But I mean, United Kingdom's gonna take that and run with it to the tune of about 45,000 points. As we progress through this section, it doesn't really relent until you make your way to the second half of the map. Ting, though, finding a break in response.
That lead is going to begin to shrink just a bit, but I mean, Assail holding on to the full combo, same with Pulsing, but it's just Assail, even with that break from Ting, they are falling a bit behind in the accuracy range. The lowest accuracy besides HappyGamer, who's still in that 98 range, but there is still a map to go. Just a little bit of a break section, though, to recover from that break. But they miss on that break section. That was the prime opportunity to hit 400 combo, but just messing up on that triplet. And there's another one. I'm starting to think it's a hardware issue from HappyGamer. I mean, that polling rate does look a bit suspicious as well. It's definitely like...
Yeah, it's very segmented. I forget what the polling rate has to be in order for that to happen. I don't deal with those technicalities.
I feel like it has to be the same as the BPM, but HappyGamer finds another break. that's just going to give the United Tingdom basically their lead back before Ting found that break. And it doesn't help that Ting's already climbing up to that 400 combo cap. 100,000 points in favor of the United Tingdom now, as it's just HappyGamer finding break after break. I think it's just the sheer density of this kind of back half or this back end of the map really catching up to them now. As the map closes out, it's now 3-0 United Tingdom.
Also, can we just say, the bottom half of this lobby just held it down. That map, Pulsing and Assail just kind of having their own little battle. We were saying it was going to be a cross map. No, Pulsing really picked up the pace there to really just ensure that they had a representative score, a V1SS from them. Assail not too far behind, only 3 200s to their name, but unfortunately not going to be enough. And United Tingdom going to capitalize on that breakpoint, make it 3-0 to start this match off. And if I'm Mexico and I see what happened on Fan 2, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Classic 2 come out here, a similar stream style pick potentially opening up itself as an option.
And also maybe if I were in Mexico, maybe try to get someone else at just right on cue Classic 2. But if I were to be Mexico, I'd say get somebody in that you feel is comfortable on a pick, such as maybe Mari or Zeno, and kind of sub out HappyGamer to maybe check up on their hardware, give them time to reset their client. And I mean, Mari joins the lobby in replacement of HappyGamer, so gonna swap out for the first time this match. And maybe just giving HappyGamer some time to figure out their hardware issues, or maybe Mari just feels a bit more comfortable on a map like this. So we're going to see how this map goes down. And I mean, you said this is probably the best pick for Mexico, or what they're most likely to go for. Kind of keep that same range as Fan 2. And I mean, it is definitely a lot longer, so any mistakes found early on won't be as harsh on the score, maybe compared to other maps we have. I know, I think it was Fan 2 where it was such a short map. One miss pretty much decided the map. And here we go.
Not the best of openings here for Assail, having a bit of an issue on that opening stream. It's such a BPM shift going from that intro into these streams, and this is the bulk majority of this map. These 1-4 streams carry on for so much longer than any of the other maps that we have in this pool, and the fact that, as you mentioned, this map is 4 minutes of just consistency streams. When it really comes down to it, that's all this is going to boil down to. Can you maintain consistency and not allow yourself to start rushing or dragging? Because once you start really slipping in terms of your hit pattern, that can just ruin entire streams throughout this chart. And right now, it is as neck and neck as we have seen to start a map off this match. 5,000 points in favor of the United Kingdom off the back of both Ting and Pulsing essentially mirroring each other in terms of accuracy.
Mari finding a couple of accuracy drops here and there. Found a 200 earlier and a 100 now on this triplet section. As maybe just nervous, maybe starting to build up, but we should probably be returning back to those elongated streams in a nick of time. So this is kind of just a section where you can kind of maybe calm those nerves down and prep yourself for the next section, as here comes a little bit of a doublet, triplet with some streams, and Mari starting to rush a bit actually. 99.2 as that lead increases now to 10,000 points. The United Kingdom still having 99.9s all across the board, while the closest on Mexico is Assail trying to keep Pulsing in check right now. But I mean, they're only about 0.15 percentage behind and climbing, as Mari's just trying their best to just keep themselves in the game. And oh, there's a giant rush of 200s and 100s of Mari.
That's what I mentioned. I imagine that was a double tap on that stream. I think it was
Bancho actually.
Was it? Oh no, yeah, you're right. It did recover. Okay, so if Bancho hiccups, that's what happens when Bancho hiccups on a 1-key stream. It just ruins the entire segment, so don't have to go into the spiel of 1/4 consistency here. As we make our way into the last third of the map, it is basically just more of the same as we have seen. I mean, this is a bit of a double-edged sword type of a pick for Mexico. I was saying that this is potentially their best pick given how Fan 2 went, but that doesn't discount the fact that the United Kingdom is very much up to the task on these sorts of accuracy check type maps. They have shown a very nice proficiency for these more straightforward 1/4 picks, and the one burst in this map doesn't catch out anybody as we transition on into those streams once again. 15,000 points now, the lead for the United Kingdom, but Pulsing finding the break, immediately having it, and with Mexico in prime position to potentially take advantage here.
Yeah, this is the part of the map where misses really starting to matter. You're in the final quarter, and here's the break section where players get to see where they're at. Mexico's probably thinking, hey, Pulsing has found a miss, that this is our prime opportunity to strike back. I think they're going to have to get one more, but there's still more of these streams and doublets, and there is still a whole section, but time is ticking. You don't have much time left from Mexico, as Team Momentum is pretty much manning the floor right now, as they are still up in that 99.9 range, but Assail is climbing that accuracy up. I think there's just one last stream left to go, and if we don't see a break from the United Kingdom, that's going to be it. And as the map closes, the United Kingdom is going... Oh, and we see 2 breaks there at the end, but it's not going to matter. The United Kingdom taking another break points, as it's now 4-0 United Kingdom. Even with that break, looked a bit dicey from Pulsing at the end. It just wasn't enough. And it came down to, oh my god, it's a V1 double S from sub 100, first of all, 300 counts, from Team Momentum, and a V1 double S. What?
Yeah, I think the accuracy discrepancy between Ting and Marie was just a little bit too high to really... It put a dent in that lead for a pretty reasonable amount of time, but able to kind of bear the burden of the drop from Pulsing. And it's funny that you got to keep your hands on the keyboard so the right ends. That was probably just them thinking the song was over. And Ting gonna throw out the next pick for the United Kingdom. It's gonna be new map number 2, our custom for the round. It's gonna be Seal the Deal.
Shout out to Seal World. And also shout out to Seals.
Yeah, shout out to Seals. They FC weather to show 6 misses. Oh, that was Bancho. Don't worry. we were taken for a bit of a ride. It's the fact that stream was so long, it actually had enough time to probably register that it was 6 misses. That's insane.
Yeah, I think what happened is that Mari might have... I think Mari might have... I think did get like a lock on the stream where they found a couple 200s, but they managed to not find any breaks. They managed to snap back in place and time their and get their timing get their timing back, which kind of fooled, I would assume probably fooled Bancho.
It doesn't take much to fool Bancho, let's be real.
Yeah, honestly, like you said in before we went on there, it is just Bancho, or it is just spaghetti code. As, oh no, Hacker Gamer already getting the doubt. Do not say that until it's over, Hacker Gamer.
You never know.
We have seen Mexico pull up insane upsets. Like, I will mention it again. This is the team that took out China, the 3rd seed, and overtook their seed. And plus, even if you're not into the losers bracket, that's fine. You can be an absolute gauntlet in the losers bracket. We have seen that happen before. So don't say it's over.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my goodness, Ting.
Alright, getting on into this, we see Happy Gamer check back in for Mexico. Ting and Pulsing basically holding it down on their end. Not without the couple of blemishes here and there, but I mean, we're all human at the end of the day. Mistakes do happen. We're finally reaching a point where we're actually starting to test some of the, I guess, the upper end of the bracket. Maybe getting put to actually having to focus on some of these maps. They're not gimmies anymore, and this is maybe the second or third real check of can you handle these wacky hybrids that this tournament loves to have. This is such a innocuously difficult map to play through.
Yeah, it is very hard to seal the deal on a map like this, and Hacker Gamer finds the first break of the map. It took them a bit longer this time, and look at that unstable way from Hacker Gamer. It looks like they solved their hardware issue, which could have just been one client reset, and they held on fairly well, and that will ease the bleeding just a bit actually. But they do find another break that will increase the lead now by 15,000 points in the favor of the United Kingdom. Another, I think, 10,000 right there. They're now up 50,000 points, but like you said, this map is hard and it's catching up Pulsing a bit, but they aren't breaking. But Hacker Gamer's down in the S rank range. They're in the 95s. I think just that sheer density right there got the best of them, as it's only 70,000 points, and I mean, we are seeing Pulsing. It could just take one break from them, but Hacker Gamer needs to just kind of get their head back in the game here.
I mean, it is a hard map. We're seeing the dichotomy of what this map can do to people. You either get the messy FC, you can either destroy it like a Sail and Ting are doing at the moment, about 0.3% off of each other, but I mean, no problem whatsoever. Pulsing finally does find a drop through that last section going into the last quarter of the map, but I mean, when you have your teammate in
a Sail,
a Sail finally finds a drop as well, but I mean, this is a really difficult map. Let's not put it lightly. 3 of the players in this lobby are starting to find their struggles here and there going into the last triplet section. But at the end of the day, standing amongst them all, Ting with the... I swear to God, that's a V1SS. It is a black flag performance.
One.
That is... If that is not score of the round on this map, I want whoever beats that score tested. That is an insane run on that map. 994k.
And
what are we doing here?
I mean, with this, it caught up one of the greats as well. We've been talking about a Sail being on the level of Ting, keeping them in check, and that caught up a Sail. Yeah. On this chart, I think it was just stamina starting to run out at the end, because this map is, even with its density, it goes on for quite a bit. And now Mexico kind of getting cornered here, as this could potentially be their last pick of the match, and they really need to think here. And I mean, seeing how Hacker Gamer has solved their issues with their hardware, they're probably gonna go back to their guns, and Classic 6 gonna come out here. We're gonna see press start. Bit of an interesting pick, actually. I don't know how to feel about this.
I mean, it's still very much in the realm of just raw rice consistency. If you can handle the bursts that are littered throughout this map, it's very subtle in where it wants you to transition into that higher pace. It's not like just 30 seconds of just raw 1/8 stream. It's very intricate in how it wants you to transition out of those 1/4. So we'll have to wait and see. This is a potential opening for Mexico. Not a lot of good options left for them that doesn't play straight into United Kingdom's hands. I like this pick over someone like Classic 1. I feel like Classic 1 is in that realm of okay, we can just 1/4 stream through this, a couple of weird bursts. Okay, fine, we can sharpshoot this. This might be something that Mexico can kind of play off of.
I mean, we're gonna see Mari sub in for this pick, and oh man, and are we gonna see the duo of Ting and Pulsing? I feel like that's probably a dumb question. Probably yes. But wait, wait.
All right.
Pulsing leaving the match. Blue Zapper coming in, and okay. We're gonna see 2 different players. I mean, we did see Mari for Classic 2, but it's mainly been Hacker Gamer filling up that slot. But we're gonna see Blue Zapper in this match for the first time and gonna be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, this is. I mean, given Pulsing's reaction to this pick, maybe just not the most comfortable on it. But we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. It's nice giving everybody a turn. Because I don't think we've seen much of Blue Zapper in this tournament in general. It really has just been Ting and Pulsing kind of holding on the fort. So, who knows?
And oh my god, I see it in the message log. Sight read time from Blue Zapper.
I'll always say it.
No.
I will always say it. You can't mind block something you don't know exists. So, Godspeed.
Yeah.
We could be in for a bit of a ride.
Definitely, for sure. And here we go, underway with press start. Bit of a, I think this has been one of the more, I don't know how to put it, more notable picks we have in this pool. Lots of people were surprised when we saw, or when this got showcased. And Mari and Zapper missing at pretty much the exact same note, so that was as equal as trades can get. But Mari and Assail miss at pretty much almost the exact same time. They're a full reset from Mexico, and Mari finding an extra break low, but Zapper trades that one back, as now it's an almost 20,000 point lead on the side of the United Tingdom. But Zapper finds a break in the almost pretty much the break section here. But it's just these bursts that come out of nowhere that caught up Mari. 20,000 now.
Yeah, it's very. This 20,000 point lead can evaporate in an instant. That is a massive drop from Zapper on the 1/8 burst. They're not the longest in the world, but they are long enough to cause quite a bit of an issue. He starts us off on the wrong foot, and now Mexico actually holding on to the lead just by the slimmest of margins. This back and forth between Maria and Zapper just making this a lot more contentious than it probably has any right being. 10,000 points now, the lead for Mexico. Assail holding on as best as they can. Now back up over that 400 combo cap, but Ting, 91.9%, but Mexico with the full combo reset. Zapper trades one of those misses back. The lead shrinks down to 2,000 points going into the back half of this map.
At this point, it is now just can Ting momentum just keep on doing what they're doing. Pretty much, can they keep this momentum going as Blue Zapper is starting to climb up their accuracy now? But also with Mexico climbing up as well, more of these bursts come raining down. That will catch up Blue Zapper again. And now 5,000 points in Mexico's favor. This is still anybody's game, as we've seen it. Mari and Blue Zapper trade breaks. It's now flickering back and forth, but Blue Zapper finds a 50. It's the tiniest of accuracy drops that make up this score. And Blue Zapper finding another break, still 5,000 points of difference into the final third. Blue Zapper and Mari trading. Oh my goodness, and okay, Ting, you need to stop, man.
This map is not over by any stretch of the imagination. This is hinging off of essentially a Zale. It's literally the toothpick holding up the building. Zapper finding another drop on the burst. Marie trading that back, but now the lead has grown to 27,000 points. It is starting to catch up to the United Tingdom here as we continue on into the last 8 of the map. And I think this might be one too many to overcome here. Zapper's down into that A rank range. Marie not too far behind, 95, trying to keep themselves, trying to keep their head above water. Assail finds the drop as well. Mexico can't afford to start missing like this. Towards this ending, there aren't any major bursts that could potentially swing this back over, but it looks like they're gonna be able to hang on. At the end of it all, it was a roller coaster ride of a map.
Ting, I swear to God, if you V1SS this map, Ting.
Yeah?
Ting.
Yeah, man.
Oh my
that's
God.
Disgusting. 103.
Oh my God.
Almost a double-digit 300, and almost single-handedly bringing that lead back over to the United Kingdom, but that's ridiculous.
But hey,
levels of consistency.
It is not over. It is not over. Put those brooms away, ladies and gentlemen. Mexico is on the board. It is now 5-1, and it is United Kingdom's pick, however. So they're gonna have to take a lot of breakpoints here if they want to force that tiebreaker and still have a chance in the winners bracket. But oh my goodness, ever seeing It's not healthy to blame
Reaction.
your teammates for throwing.
Yeah, that was, we can pin that squarely on Ting's performance there. Oh man. Alright.
But it's the United Tingdom's turn to pick, so I mean, where do you go with this?
If you want the quick and painless route, okay, I don't even get a chance to deliberate.
So we're just going in the complete opposite direction.
I mean, this is
You
still
wanted something OD10.
Well, yeah, OD10, but I was gonna say like Classic 1, but this is also a pretty good pick, pretty short overall, just shy of 2 minutes, and very much in that vein of like, yes, it's OD10, but it's still very 1/4 based. That being said, it does have a way of just eating away at your accuracy. I was practicing this a little earlier today, and I was like, why do I have a 97? I mean, it's because I'm bad, but why do I have a 97 on this? I'm FCing.
Jeez, Sparky.
I mean, it's OD10. It really does. If you're not careful, catch up to you. And we'll have to see if it does catch up to anybody here.
I mean, we did see pulsing on, I believe it was, I'm pretty sure it was Seal the Deal. We saw them with the FC, but their accuracy was pretty low. So that is going, hopefully, I don't know, I think the number one victim here would be pulsing with the OD10 here, but this is their pick, so. Also, I think in the rare occasion, you would rather have a miss than a rush of like 200s or 100s.
No, it depends on the context, but yeah. Sometimes, I mean, high accuracy with one miss can definitely, like a 99.5 run with a miss can definitely beat out like a 97, 98% FC. So, gotta pick and choose your battles here. Ideally, don't miss. It's just that easy.
Yeah.
Just don't miss.
Just words of advice: don't miss.
Don't miss.
Get good.
You can. What is it? You control the buttons you press.
Yes. You miss. What is it? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, you miss 100% of the notes you don't hit. So.
Yes. Wise words from Sparky.
Getting on into map 7 here, Mexico managing to avoid the full sweep here, but United Tingdom looking very strong so far in this match. But as I say that, pulsing, finding the first break here, so breaking the trend that we have seen throughout this match. Actually, there it is, just a little bit delayed. Happer finding the break thereafter. I still feel like it's double taps on slider breaks that are really being their undoing here. So I don't think it's a reading issue by any stretch of the imagination. I just feel like their keyboard is just betraying them so far this match, which is unfortunate because I feel like they can put up some pretty impressive scores as we continue on into this one. Already halfway through, 34,000 points to lead for United Tingdom as they basically pick up right where they left off. Still doing everything in their power to try and keep Ting in somewhere in the sight line, but 0.3%, 0.5% now, the gap between the two of them, and it only helps to grow this lead that the United Tingdom has built up here.
Yeah, but as this final third of the map comes down, I mean, pulsing, managing to keep that 99 is just Happer Gamer. I mean, we see the return of that unstable rate, so you must think more or less it's just the polling rate of their keyboard. I'm pretty sure the polling rate does have to like roughly match up with the BPM of the chart, which makes sense. This is 180. I'm pretty sure the last time we saw this BPM was 200, so around like that number. Ball field. Yeah, and Happer Gamer finding another break, and I just don't think, even if an absolute catastrophical collapse happened on the side of the United Tingdom, it won't be enough. And with that, as the map comes winding down to its last stream and note, the United Tingdom, although it wasn't a sweep, they still take this match 6-1, punching their ticket into the winners semifinals. And wow, I mean, what a match.
Yeah, very well played by everybody involved. I mean, the fact that the closest margin we had here was inside 300 points. I mean, Yeah, it definitely. The scoreline might not reflect it, but there were some really tense, close moments in this match. Congratulations to the United Kingdom for booking their ticket into the winners' semifinals. Mexico not out of the tournament just yet, just going to need to make that run in the losers bracket. Or hopefully we can see more of them because they have been a delightful surprise in this tournament and can only hope the best for them as we round out this match. You mentioned at the top of the broadcast, it is the start of a pretty big block here.
And oh boy,
ooh,
we can see a United Kingdom versus United Tingdom match next week.
Oh god, that won't get confusing at all.
Yeah, hey, be on the lookout for that. But like I mentioned, this is a giant block, or only just a 3-block match, or a 4-block match. That was the first one. Next match will be in roughly an hour from now, which will actually be the opponent for Mexico. Whoever wins this match will verse Mexico. It's either going to be random states A or 66% Canadian. So take this hour to maybe stretch, go grab a drink of water, do whatever you like. We'll be back at 23 UTC. So Sparky, do you have anything else to close off the stream with?
No, I think you put a nice little bow on things. So we'll catch you guys later.
Take it easy.